guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I'm so happy that you're here with me today. I'm also happy to be back. It's been a couple days, actually a couple weeks since my last video, but today I'm excited to be here with my friend as we are just hanging out and having a girls' time. But I'm gonna let her introduce herself, and we can keep going.
Hi, I'm Maya, and I met TT through dance, well, our daughter's dance class, and we just chit-chatted a lot and formed a friendship,
Yeah.
and we both realized that we have a lot of things in common, so yeah.
Yeah, we met through our daughter's dance class, and oh my gosh, we got really connected through a lot of things that we found ourselves we have in common. And so yeah, I'm so glad I met her, and hopefully our friendship will continue.
Yeah.
So today we actually just want to talk about, being parents and having to work and raising our kids, having a family, and just navigating through that lifestyle. So that's what we want to talk about today. And also we kind of want to talk about, growing up, in a different country with different culture. Although, although some of us don't practice the culture like that, but still we have parents who have different cultures. Sometimes we have to follow through with. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. Thank you so much. Of course. Can I get my dance? No. Okay. Thank you. Of course. So, yeah, so we're going to talk about being parents. So Maya is a working mom and she has two beautiful kids. And so she's going to tell us her experience as a working mom, a wife, and just like how she navigates through that lifestyle, because I know a lot of people who experience the same thing. It's really hard for some of us to do all that stuff. So how do you manage to do work and raise your kids and being a wife? But
To be honest, I think a lot of it is routine. I think from the minute we get up, like it's, our kids get up at this time, we get up at this time, we do this at this time, and it just makes everything a little bit more manageable and more like I know what to expect. And I know what's expected of me, in certain time increments that we have.
yeah.
And same with evening routine. It's very much like we eat dinner at this time, we put the kids to bed at this time.
Yeah.
And I think honestly it's good, but it's also sometimes bad because when something gets thrown off, then it throws everything off a little bit, and I have to, figure out how to adjust and stuff like that. But I don't know, I think I'm a very structured person, and I think that that's kind of carried forward in my the way that I raise the kids and the way that my husband and I interact with each other. It's a lot of routine stuff.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that I do the same thing. We have a lot of routine. So for my oldest daughter that goes to school, I have a certain time I wake her up. She already knows we do this, and we do wash your face, brush your teeth, get dressed, go downstairs, So routine does really help. And so, what challenges do you face as a working mom, or, just having kids and just having a husband that you have to take care of, your household, everything? I know there's a lot of challenges. So how do you, how do you face those challenges? How do you conquer them? Yeah.
I think my mom is a big help. My mom actually picks my daughter up from school every day so I can keep working. I think there are, at times it is really, really challenging. I feel like I need a break more so, more often. So Friday was a little bit difficult with, with my daughter. And so, Saturday I looked at my husband and I told him, look, I need to go to Target by myself and just take that time by myself.
Yeah.
And, my husband's actually, really supportive.
Yeah.
And, same with him. He needs breaks too. And then I step in when he needs a break. He steps in when I need a break.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the ways that we conquer her face, not that, we love our kids. Yeah. We love spending time with our kids, but sometimes they're very little and it's really hard to, get through those things.
Yeah.
So how about you?
For me, like what you just mentioned is exactly what I go through too. Having a support system really, really helps. It's a big help for me too because I know my husband is always there. I know like our shifts are different because he works throughout the day, but when he gets home, he takes over from where I like when he gets home, I'm just so relieved that he's home.
Yeah.
Kind of feel bad because he works all day and then he comes home, but he's willing to do that, and I'm so lucky that he's a person that understands that I've been home with the kids all day and I need that rest.
Yeah.
And so he takes care of the kids as soon as he gets home. He puts them to bed for me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's really nice
Super
and
nice.
it's helpful. But just having a support system, like you say, like my dad steps in sometimes, my sisters step in sometimes to help me.
Yeah.
Like when I need help, if I want to go out, not just going out, if I have equipment, my dad comes and babysits for me. And that's really, really a big help. I have family, like my brother-in-laws, they all step in, they all do the little parts that really makes a big difference for me.
Yeah.
So I think having a support system is very important and so helpful for us.
Yeah.
But you did mention like, going to Target, right?
Yeah.
Getting that
retail
need.
therapy. Yeah.
Yes. We all need that. But getting that alone time is so important.
Yeah.
I was just telling her earlier today before we started filming how sometimes run away. Like I lock myself in the room or the bathroom so I can just have that moment because I really need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that if you don't take that moment, sometimes like you overreact at your kids.
Yes.
So
I've definitely overreacted before. And then I definitely look back and think, oh my gosh, I hope I didn't traumatize.
Yeah.
Not like that's just too strong of a word. I hope I didn't I don't know. I don't want to
scare them.
I don't want to scare them or I don't want to mess them up. And so yeah, same thing. Like that's a good thing to say, like to take a step back and just like take a minute.
Yeah.
Otherwise so that way you can really assess the situation and what's going on and handle it better.
Yeah.
Than just reacting in the moment. And I can only imagine because I know that you're home with them all day. So I always I don't know if you feel this, but I always feel mom guilt.
That's what I was gonna mention too. Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes during the weekends, that's like our only time we catch up with chores and like grocery shopping, errands, just everything we have to do. And I feel like I get like cleaning the house and all that.
Yeah.
And my husband and I get so busy. I think I don't spend the quality time with the kids that I like. And I feel badly about it.
Yeah.
And then I feel like during the weekdays I work. So we have our evenings together. But I'm always constantly feeling mom guilt. It's just
And I do think a lot of moms feel the same way because I do as well.
Yeah.
Or like when I'm focusing on the house chores more than focusing on them, I feel like, I'm not spending enough time with them. But at the same time, everything needs to be done. I have to get it done. I have to do the laundry. I have to, I have to cook dinner. So if I don't do it, then it's like, it doesn't get done. But then at the same time, I'm like, they need me. They need to spend more time with me. And if I run away for a little bit and go hide in the bathroom to get that moment to myself, I feel really guilty, like I'm abandoning them.
Yeah.
It's not, it really isn't that serious, but then I feel like it's very serious, So mom guilt, they're just young to even understand like what you're going through.
Right.
And so it's really hard at this age for us. Like you were mentioning with your daughter what you had to go through today.
It was pretty bad. It was like 20 minutes straight. I'm like, Ava, I already told you I can't do that. And then she kept asking and asking and asking. So
I think they think that as moms, we are able to do everything. Like
that's interesting.
Yeah. Because even some stuff like my daughter, I'm like, I can't do that. And she's like, yes, you can. You're my mom. You're a mom. And I'm like, I'm a mom, but I don't know everything. So they expect us to know everything and be able to help them with whatever they want. And I mean, we're doing our best, So So I think we're doing a good job.
Yeah.
I just think that for me, for myself, I just think that some of the stuff I need to decide what's more important. Um, in regards to like chores and stuff like that. So I feel like I spend more time like doing chores in the house, like
Than actually like hanging out with the kids.
yeah,
That's literally how I get today.
yeah, chores.
Yeah.
But those chores, somebody told me, like my sister always tells me, those chores can always wait, But your kids are growing up.
Yeah.
They're not gonna wait for you. So
Yeah.
she always tells me to slow down on the chores and just focus on the kids. And whenever I get that free time to do the chores, which kind of makes sense, just do what needs to be done right there and then. But everything else that can wait, you can wait to do it later on and spend time with your kids. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Yeah. I feel like it's just hard to ignore a lot of chores in the house.
Yeah, it is
don't you?
hard.
Yeah.
It is very hard because
Yeah.
it's so clean.
Yeah.
So
I'm so picky too. Like,
Yeah.
if I see something, I have to get it done.
I
Like,
know.
if I don't, it bothers me like the whole day.
Yeah.
But I feel like at the same time, it's affecting our kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just leave it at the end.
Okay, so that was a short break. We're back. No, just kidding. So yeah, we were talking about the challenges of like, being a mom and raising kids while you're working, or just like raising kids in general. And so we talked about like having alone time. I think that's important. I think that's something I need to work on as well,
Yeah.
I think we all do, because we find ourselves being really like, stuck around our kids, and we don't give ourselves time to take care of our bodies, I think that's something I need to do more.
And my husband, he's had issues with his back, and he goes to like back there, like it's called Stretch Lab, once a week now, which is really awesome for him.
Yeah.
And he tries to schedule it in the evenings after the kids go to sleep, which bless his heart.
Yeah.
And then he also goes to the gym.
Yeah.
He always makes a point to go to the gym, so he tries really hard to take care of himself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the gym. No. I'm like,
Like,
I don't have
need
time.
it.
I don't have time
Yeah.
right now. I'll go to the gym when the kids are older.
Yeah.
So I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't go to the gym. I don't work out.
Yeah.
And so it's like, look, maybe it's something that we like just to stay healthy needs to prioritize. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just
Thank you. Thank you. I just think that besides the gym, just the little things like, going to the nail salon, getting your nails done, or just taking a walk, because you just have like a couple minutes to spend. It doesn't really require a whole lot for you to take care of your body, or taking a nap. Find a time to take like that 30-minute nap,
Yeah.
That's something I never really do, but I really want to do that so my body can rest,
Well, and I think also thinking about that, whatever you do on your time alone is like, for me, I tend to scroll through my phone.
Yes.
And that's like not a good activity to do like when you're on your own. More like you said, take a nap, read a book, or get your nails done. Because I feel like scrolling through your phone is like counterproductive and like not something that is we're actually doing for us.
Yeah.
It's it's actually making us
More tired.
more tired and like dependent on our phones.
Yeah,
And
it's being dependent on our phone. Sorry to cut you off, but at the same time, it's also, I don't think it's good for us, because looking at the phones, seeing what everybody's doing, you find yourself comparing to people on the phone, like people that you're watching, like the Instagram reels.
Yeah.
You're seeing all these mom who's like 5 kids and they look so good, and then you look at yourself, you're just like, what am I doing wrong?
I know. I don't go. Yeah, and then like with their perfect house, and their perfect body,
their
perfect everything.
That's not reality though,
It's reality for them,
for them.
but not for most people.
Yes, not for most people. So I think that people need to accept who they are, their reality, and just, live off of that, or, do something that will, better your lifestyle. Or at the same time, just take time for yourself to relax, Going on the phone, your mind is constantly working. But if you just decide to take a nap, you're actually going to wake up feeling much better, with more energy to run after your kids.
It's true. That cat nap really
Yeah,
helps.
that kind of really helps.
Yeah, on during COVID, when I had Ava. And I feel like I find myself a pretty social person, I would say. I really like to be around people. You know, I still have a struggle with, you know, some self-confidence issues that I've always been struggling with since I was, you know, little.
Yeah.
But I also find that I need to be around people. And, you know, that's my profession. And I remember COVID being so incredibly difficult for me because I looked forward to, like, you know, seeing people.
Yeah.
And the fact that I couldn't do it anymore was really tricky for me. So I ended up buying some canvases.
Yeah.
And looking at, I don't remember if I told you this, but looking at pictures online and seeing if I could mimic it. And I must have painted, like, because Ava was peanut sized, and like during her naps, I would sit there and I would paint. And I must have painted like 30 canvases during like between 2020, March of 2020 and like the next year.
Yeah.
So it was very therapeutic, and you know.
Yeah.
So.
No, I agree with you. Like, you know, just finding that. For me too, I'm a social person.
Yeah.
And especially having kids, like, I don't know if it's like just being so tired all the time, it makes your mental health like unstable, you know? And so for me, what helps me is talking to people. Like when I hang out with you, or I hang out with my sisters or anybody, and when I'm talking to another mom, I feel so much better and relief. I always make fun of my sister saying like, I want to come to your house because after I talk to you, I'm looking forward to start like a new week all fresh up and stuff. So I do think it helps, like, you know, for moms to engage in like mom groups or just have friends that they can hang out, you know, have that alone time, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I agree, and I like it.
Yeah.
So I feel like I was going to say something to what you were going to say about that.
Yeah.
What was I going to say?
Mommy
I've like
brain.
lost my train of thought.
No, I told them last time, like sometimes when I'm talking, this is another thing mothers have to go through. Like we have this mommy brain, like you just tend to forget what you're gonna say next, you know?
Yeah.
And it's part of being a mom, you know? But yeah, I think that it's important to have like a social group that you can hang away from your kids, please. So you can have that, you know, time to refresh, and so it will help you take care of your kids even better. You know, the more you take care of yourself, I think it benefits the kids even more. Yeah. And also for us, like growing up in like, for me, I grew up in a household with different culture.
Oh yeah.
So for us, like, it's different because I grew up in that house. I kind of took on what I was taught and like what I grew up seeing. So it is kind of hard sometimes to express that, you know, to express that about myself. Like, I'm a mom, I need this, I know, because I never grew up seeing that. So it's kind of hard for me to like, oh, I need alone time. What is alone time? In our household, we never had that, like my family. So you might have come from a different background, and this is all new to you, but it is very important to practice that.
Well, and I think growing up, I don't think my mom, or just like, I feel like this is the first generation. I think COVID, probably brought it out a lot too. Practicing mental health.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it was valued as much with my parents growing up, or my grandparents growing up. Or I think this is, I don't know, I think that a lot of our, you know, parents, grandparents in general didn't realize like what they needed mentally, and then just kind of pushed through it, not realizing realizing emotions. You know, talking to my mom about it sometimes, I'm like, how did you do it with, you know, me and my sister? And she's like, Maya, she's like, you just do it.
You just do
and
it.
my mom put us first all the time. And like looking back, like I think my mom, she alludes to me like, you should be a stay-at-home mom. I think she thinks, or like, because my job is very demanding, you should be a stay-at-home mom. And I'm like, no, because that's not what I need. And I think it's hard for my mom to conceptualize that, because to her, nope, it's what your kids need, it's not what you need.
It's not what you need.
And I'm like, but if it's what I need, then my kids will be better off for it. And I don't think she ever had that mentality growing up. and I think I do.
Yeah. I think it's a
So,
difference with them and us.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, my grandma had 6 kids, and her life was a huge struggle, and like, I feel for my grandma, and thinking about how many opportunities and things that I have that she didn't have, or
Yeah.
my grandparents didn't have. So
Yeah. No, I agree with you because even us, like in our culture, a mom's life is pretty much at home. Like, it was really rare to see a mom go outside and go to work. They would stay home and take care of the kids, take care of the family.
and you know what? That's wonderful. I think it's wonderful. It would be hard for me to do.
Yeah.
So,
But it's hard for you to do because, like, also the lifestyle we have right now is totally different from when they had kids when they were growing up, because now you need to work to be able to survive, to be able to help your husband, build your family that you want, being stable. It's different from them. And that just reminds me how, like, my mom too, and all the other mothers in their generations, they didn't know the self-care that we were talking about. It was more like just the kids, just taking care of the family, not so much them, And I feel for them too, because who knows what they went through, because they couldn't express themselves or they couldn't do anything to help themselves. Like, for example, like postpartum, like, how mothers who have kids, like babies who just have babies, they go through postpartum, and these mothers, they didn't know how to express that. So most of them, they might have got like some mental health issues they never got help with because they didn't know what it was.
They didn't know how to identify it.
They didn't know how to identify
And I just
it.
remember when I had Ava and Asher, there were people coming into my room asking me how I felt mentally and having me fill out a survey of how I felt mentally, just so they knew that they wouldn't release me, knowing that I had postpartum depression so severe that there was something that they could have done.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a different side of the coin.
It is. Even when you get home, they will still follow up and just ask you questions and service. Even your doctor's office, when you go visit, they keep asking you how's your mental. I don't think our parents had that. Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's good.
Yeah, I think
it
it's
is
good.
But I think it's because of our phones and our lifestyles these days.
Yes.
That are making all of those things more prevalent, and I think that's why our country has such a bad rep for mental health.
Yeah.
Even it's weird, we're identifying it more, but then it's getting worse.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't know. And the only correlation I can come up with is just the lifestyle we live these days, that versus the lifestyle we used to live.
Yeah, but I'm glad people are coming out and saying that I have a problem, I need help, instead of like not saying anything. Maybe it might affect them in other ways, or So I think it's important that people express themselves and just share what they're feeling, so that they can get help as soon as possible. It's better late than never. Yeah.
I know that I had to go to therapy for postpartum anxiety. So
how was that?
It was good. I really liked her.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of me, like just releasing information about myself and just chit-chatting about myself, and then her just like trying to help me come to the realization about things. But it was good.
Did that help you?
Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah.
I think it did.
It got you back to your normal self after that?
I think either that or time. I think talking to someone in general is therapeutic for me. So I think it helped me because either, like I said, either that or time.
Yeah. No, I think it does help when you talk to someone, because especially your first child, that's when I feel like most people experience it. I experienced it with my first child, and I think the thing that got me through it was talking to someone. I didn't go to a therapist, but just having that person that you trusted, you could just say anything to them, and they were there to comfort you and listen to you. I think that was a big help for me.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's
So.
definitely.
But
it's someone other than your mom.
Yeah, someone other than your mom. Because you're afraid to tell your mom everything. You're afraid that you're going to be judged by your mom. It's better to find someone else who doesn't know you, who won't judge you. Or just like that one person or close friend or family member that you really trust, you
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
So it is important. And I think with different people from different countries, they haven't accepted that yet. Especially mothers.
Yeah.
They're afraid to, express their feelings or their, what they're going through with postpartum, or they don't know what it is. So to me, it's like an encouragement to let them know it's okay. Like if you're feeling a certain way after having your baby, it's a sign of you like needing to talk to someone like
Right.
professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I think I after Asher was born, I felt pretty sad.
Yeah.
And I remember at night wanting to keep all the lights on. I don't know if you like can relate or have ever felt that way, but like Derek and I, it was the evening, Ava was asleep, Asher was getting fed and about to be put down. And I was like, let's just turn all the lights on in the living room and kitchen and everything. Like usually when you have the kitchen light on, you turn the living room light on too.
Yeah.
And it just for some reason made me feel happier.
Yeah.
And
I just think it's the brightness.
I don't know what it was. I just felt the need to turn the lights on, and I can't quite explain it or put my finger on it. But
it made you feel better.
It made me feel better, and anyway, I don't know if you felt the same way or what you did to cope. Like, did you ever have to do therapy or?
No, I never had to do therapy. I think the thing that I used to cope that helped me a lot was to talk to someone.
Yeah.
Was to talk to someone that helped me. And this person never really judged me. They just listened and they gave me words of encouragement. And I also prayed a lot during that time because I didn't know what was happening to me. I didn't know what it was. Nobody really ever talked to me about postpartum. So I was like, what is this? Am I dying or something is happening? But I came to realize later it was postpartum, after talking to people. I was like, I can't believe I went through that. And I'm so glad I had that person to talk me through it. And I came out of it like strong and I was healthy, my mental health was fine. But it's just sad to know that some people don't have that person to talk to and they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And it affects them way more than, someone else who has someone to help them. Yeah. So, So we wanted to go over this kind of stuff mothers really do go through, and some mothers don't have the opportunity to get the help they need. So we want to encourage anyone that goes through like postpartum to find someone they trust, or just finding a professional who can help them through it. Especially first-time moms, like I said, I feel like most of them experience postpartum, so it's important to take it serious because it's a serious mental health that people need to actually recognize,
And I think even finding something that you love, finding a
hobby that you love to do,
something happy.
Yeah.
So
it helps a lot. But today we just wanted I'm so happy that Maya was able to agree to come and just share her experience as a mother and as a working mom. She has so many roles, but she's doing an amazing job.
You too.
Thank you.
You too. You're doing amazing.
Thank you. It is a lot, but
it
helps when you have other mothers that you can relate to and like sit down and talk to them about. And that's what I always encourage my viewers to find, like a group of friends or a group of people they can relate to. They can always talk, and to me that helps me a lot. That's why I encourage other people to do it. So Maya is one of the people that I go to. Like, we hang out, we just talk, and we release a lot of like stress. And when we go back home, it's like it's much better. We can start our week off on a good note. And so it's very important for people to have those kind of people in their lives. Does that help you too?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
My friends.
yes. And my husband, her husband, those are like support systems that we always need, and they're always there for us, and we appreciate them. And so thank you guys so much for watching my video. And so if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, comment, and share. And thank you, Maya, so much for coming and taking the time. Yeah, you're welcome.
I feel like I'm like a celebrity on your show.
You are
How cool.
on my talk show.
Yes, on your talk show.
And actually, you are one of the first ones that came on my show.
Well, I'm excited.
Yeah.
How cool.
maybe I'll bring you back for some other, conversations in the
Yeah, sounds
future.
good. Yeah,
So
love to.
yeah, thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video. I hope you have a good one. We're gonna let you go now, and we have to go. So bye.
Bye.